Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison Cruz, and are you prepared to join me on an adventure of a lifetime through a wintry wonderland of dairy products and sugary artifacts, guaranteed to sate your appetite for frozen treats and most things sweet? I'd like you to join me in the cholesterol-induced episode of Kirby Robobot, where, as you could imagine what's coming up, we've got ourselves the ice cream factory. By God. I'm going a little bit overboard there, don't you think, game? I mean, you're pretty much marketing this to 7-year-olds and up, right? I don't know. Parents are not going to be pleased with this level, but I gotta say, despite the ice physics that we'll be dealing with, we've also got hunks of fire, for whatever reason those are there, and very contaminated ice cream sandwiches. This level is actually pretty interesting, and I like it. It's strange, but at least it is kind of unique and creative in the sense it's an ice cream factory, right? I don't know. It's kind of weird, but we'll run with it, shall we? Just make sure you don't let any of these behemoth cones of ice cream terror fall on you. Otherwise, you get hurt. So we'll go snowball our way up here, because physics, they don't make sense, but neither does the geography of this level, so I am not complaining. God, the music here is really cool too. It's just, could do without the physics. It's, they're not really that bad, but I don't know. So today, welcome, just a continuation of the last part, but I feel like my allergies are slightly starting to flare up, so I apologize if there's a bit of a discrepancy in my voice this evening for you guys. But hey, got ourselves candy here. It's not ice cream, but I guess I'll take it. I'm a maverick. I'm growing insane. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. So something interesting that I learned today, it was recently my birthday. So my mom bought me a quart of ice cream, of orange sherbet, whatever. And interestingly enough, for an entire quart of ice cream, the recommended dose is 12 servings per quart, which is bizarre, because who has like 12 servings per quart of ice cream? Which, if you think about it, per gallon of ice cream, that's 48 servings. And I was thinking, you know, would it be better to just eat a bunch in one concentrated amount, or just have 48 very small servings over a large period of time? Because I'm trying to somewhat cut down on my sugar intake, and this was my last hurrah, and so I was looking at it and I was like, that is a little strange. I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, great. And now we've got this puzzle. Not really so much of a puzzle, but with these flames here guarding this battery, I'm screwing up horribly right now. We need to make a path for us because Kirby can't float. So we're gonna have to be a maverick on this. Okay, whew, that works. Jeez, I don't know why I have Yoshi on the mind. It might be because I was considering buying Woolly World, but I don't know, it's still expensive. It's still $50, brand, not even new, like borderline used, and I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I don't know. I felt especially burned by Yoshi's new island. I'm never gonna get over that. So I might wait a little bit until it hits the bin of markdowns before we. Whoa! That actually saved me. Before we think about that, even though I'm a big fan of Yoshi games, they basically go hand in hand with Kirby. You go around destroying the hell out of things, eating them, just causing havoc throughout the world. But hey, guess what? Got ourselves the ice power-up for the Robo Suit, and it's actually more or less the exact same as the fire, although you do get a sweet spinning slide, and oh, great. So you notice this thing slightly resembles a head, no? Well, you stick it on what looks like a place to stick a head, and as miserable as it looks, frees him up and he's happy now. So he's going to congratulate us with some stars and a 1-up. So, I mean, look at him. He's so happy. Even though he's gonna live out a miserable existence, probably gonna get eaten by some fat kid, and it's gonna suck. So over here, we have to be careful where we stand here, because if you try to take this guy over the fire, he'll burn and die. By God, what is this, Unravel? Like, Jesus. So we have to freeze him before we bring him across the fiery platform here. And what's interesting is that there are fish on them. And I think I was talking about this in the last part, but it's absurd that they would just have fish spawn on top of this really hot plate. So, I don't know, I just think it's kind of funny because somebody made a conscious decision to put a giant frustrated ass fish floundering on top of the thing there, so. Okay. So now we've got water spouts here, and this is essentially just used to get up there. So get out of here, Mr. Frozen Freezy Man, Mr. Chili. Do not need you. And we are going to need to take this lovely head across the way. Beautiful. Oh wow. The ice physics are kind of notoriously bad for the Robobot. We'll go freeze up this puppy again. And this part's just really depressing because you bring him over the... Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. No, oh, shoot, I don't have my power up. Damn it. Alright, I'm coming back for you, little buddy. Just need ice. Oh my god, it's still alive. Yes, I got it. Awesome. Whew, that was kind of a close one. What were we even talking about? He looks so depressed. It's just depressing to see him, like, obliterate and become completely incompetent. I don't know. Okay, so clear those out of the way. It's not gonna be having that happy ass scream. Just look at. Not sure if serious. Why are you doing this? Oh god, that's so sad. Alright. There. Back to normal, if not better. And for doing this guy, he actually gives us our third... What, that's our third one already? By god, okay. This level was much shorter than I remembered. So much for a wintry wonderland of sugary artifacts, right? Jeez. Alright, what do we got? Yes! Okay, redemption for the last two. Perfect. Probably shouldn't be drinking coffee on account of that intake of, you know, caffeine. But that's alright. Whew. Awesome. So what do we get this time? Mace Knight. Those guys are ridiculously annoying. Ooh, Deluxe! Ooh, what about the standard version? Oh, and top speed, Kirby Air Ride. Yet another game that I've been really wanting to do on the channel, however my lack of a player too dictates that to be nearly impossible. So if you guys have been thinking I've been talking a little too much in this episode, you're right, because I'd like to introduce you to quite possibly my favorite level in this entire game, up to this point at least. And I'm going to take a second here and let you guys appreciate the level. Guys, this level, I love it. It's so good. It's just super aesthetically pleasing. It's borderline lovely as all hell, and I can't help but feel there's this really unusual contrast here with the amazing environment and then these bloodthirsty mechanical sharks trying to murder us. It's a little absurd, but I feel like Clanker's getting his comeuppance from that involuntary vasectomy we gave him. Banjo-Kazooie. Don't worry, I will come back to that. We only have one more level and then we're done, but for some reason that game was just giving me a headache. I don't know. Anyways, there is a secret down here. If you could tell, we're briefly past our screen, and oh, there's things to collect. Star or Maxim. Whatever, we don't really need it. It's weird how this music just rips you out of that level of peacefulness that you were just at with the level. It's like they literally ripped it off from Yoshi's New Island. Not a huge fan of those optional areas, but hey, we need those cubes, so it's worth it because it makes this seem so much more amazing. It's great. Also, on top of that, we get one of my favorite abilities in this entire game, believe it or not. And if you guys have seen any other Kirby projects of mine, and we still have ice, that's absurd. And he gives us ice cream. Actually, do we want ice or mirror for this? Ice is probably better. You'll notice this nice little thing on the floor. Wow, okay, Psychic Man. It's you. It's all you. We get ourselves the hammer ability, and this thing is incredibly powerful and just what I needed, because it's one of my favorite. Also, series mainstay here. Mr. Bonka's gonna, ooh, drop kick us. Wow. He's got some really interesting moves in this game, but fortunately couldn't showcase them all because now we've got the hammer, as well as a sweet bandana thing. So we can head over here if you want to. I have not yet gone through this door because I have a feeling that it would not be a good idea. But the interesting thing about the hammer is that it's one of the few items you can actually use underwater. You'll notice before all we could do to kill enemies was to blow on them. This one, you could use either the hammer or I believe the parasol. And I think that's it. But anyways, I think we want to actually head through this one so that we can start in the background of this part. And this is a bit of a labyrinthian section. It's a little strange. I'm not sure how I feel about it because it's hard to tell what's actually, you know, in front of you and what's not. So yeah, there's like walls that you can barely see and amongst other things. And I would highly recommend holding onto this hammer for as long as possible so that you can get rid of that. And okay, so you'll notice that actually brought something, it destroyed something in the foreground. And to get over there, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's actually back where we, not back where we started, but in the upper corner, and this won't take us there. Whoops. Guess I should have done a little bit more homework, you guys. Yeah, I think it's actually, yeah, it has to be in the upper right. Okay, never mind. And all the while we have to avoid these sharks. They're gonna try to murder us. Sorry, Clanker. Okay, excellent. So now it's just a matter of getting there. Okay. Oh man, I kind of wish I could show this in 3D because even though it's a little overbearing in this game, the 3D actually looks really nice. And I mentioned this earlier on, but it's good and it doesn't pop out as much as it seems like right now, how everything is just either in the foreground or in the back. I think it's a little bit more subtle than the other 3D game. Kirby Dream Drop Distance. Okay, so let's go through this area because you'll notice we have a bit of a time limit here. Welcome to Majora's Mask, where we have to race against the sun mask. Oh god. And I would avoid probably murdering everything even though it's so easy to do. But whoop, get out of here. Alright, excellent. So we will take this and we will thusly be endowed with our final cube. And this level actually marks the first one where we actually don't use the robo suit. I mean, aside from maybe the first level, but who really counts that? Oh shit, I forgot the sticker over there to the right. Darn it. I wonder what it could have been. Probably a repeat. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, excellent. Whew. I love how we just like head bonk into everybody. It's absurd, but it's still kind of funny. Alright. So I wonder how many repeats we'll get this time. Oh my god, the King Dedede Doodle. Was this an autistic student that Doodle did? Or this looks pretty cool. And then Storo from Squeak Squad. Huh. Another game I was moderately considering for the channel one of these days, but I doubt you guys want to see that. It's been almost 2 years since Superstar Deluxe, so, or Superstar Ultra rather. And unsurprisingly, not a lot of people watched that, so whatever. Even though it was a pretty thorough playthrough. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. Anyways, next time on Kirby Robobot Planet Jr., we're gonna be entering the 7th level. And it's alright, it's moderately paced. However, we do have a pretty interesting boss fight, and believe it or not, actual plot progression. Yeah, next time on Kirby, we get to deal with the plot. This is gonna be good, so I will see you guys next time.